Now, you mentioned how good MJF is, and he is one of the best right now. And of course, with that comes Roman Reigns. Now, I want to ask all of you, put you on the spot. You're starting your own business. You got to start off with MJF, or you start off with Roman Reigns. Who do you choose? Who's your face of your company?
I only have either one of them to choose.
Only one, yeah.
As much as I love Roman Reigns, I would probably go with MJF because he's a better heel. And I think having a strong heel for your promotion is essential for it to be successful. Like I would know. Um, but anyway, having a strong heel, I think is very, very important to any promotion anywhere. Doesn't matter if you're on the indie scene, doesn't matter if you're the WWE. I mean, and that's the reason why I would pick MJF.
That's a good point. JB.
I'm gonna go contrarian. I would take Roman. Short term Roman, long term MJF. Yeah. Because the short term, if you're trying to get something off the ground, Roman's already established. He is very polished. You know what you're gonna get. They've kind of let the reins off of him. Pun there. Pulled the reins off of him and let him just do what he needs to do, and he knows what he's doing. MJF still feels very raw. And I think that's part of his character, but at the same time, it's still seems somewhat, I mean, at times he has a tendency to feel a little formulaic, but over time, if you're like wanting 5 to 10 years, yeah, MJF, definitely. Cause he's going to polish those edges and to be one of the tops, possibly one of the tops, but right now, short-term Roman, long-term MJF.
And I kind of agree with JB over there, but my only concern with, say, starting with MJF, yeah, he's still, I wouldn't say new to the business. He's been in 5 years, whatever, but you hear it all the time. What are you getting backstage with him? With Roman, you know what you're getting. You're getting a locker room leader. You're getting someone who's willing to carry the flag from start to finish. Is MJF in it for himself, or is he willing to, do business for the company as well, whatever company he might have to be? So there you go.
Yeah. And before we come to you, Jay, we got a hello from one of our guys who used to be on the show, AC Divine. They sat down with Surfer Jay weeks ago. One of our first ones. He says hi in our chat and Instagram. So, nice. Hello, sir. And before we go to you as well, Bonnie on Instagram says MJF to WWE, please. A lot of people would like to see that. So,
bidding war of 2024.
Yeah, 2024. We'll see what he does. So, Surfer Jay, you're starting off your company with.
Everybody's made some good points.
Right.
Roman Reigns is going to sell you more tickets right now. If you're starting fresh, nobody knows who either one is. I'd go with MJF. I think he has the long-term potential, but we haven't seen what he can do yet. He's only been in it for a couple of years. He's only been on TV for a few years. But you made a good point about or Darren made a good point about the backstage drama. But that could also be, that's how AEW is. If MJF goes to WWE, it could be a different story. Whereas in AEW, you're dealing with the money mark. It's kind of a free-for-all anyway.
Yeah, that's very true, very true. And last point here that I'll make, again, everybody, great. It'd be hard to choose. Now, after hearing everyone, I don't know who I want, but a little point that my first thought, C. Rich kind of mentioned a strong heel. I agree with that because Stone Cold was a heel, and he was such a good heel, turned face type kind of deal. Jericho's done that many times.
Let's be honest. I think the crowd and the fans turned Stone Cold. And was he really ever a baby face? I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
yeah, sure, yeah. So it's weird. Wrestling psychology is very hard to figure out. But
exactly,
we know what it is, but we don't know what it is. It's weird.
Exactly.
Can't put your finger on it. So,
and you got to change. And you got to change with the time, and you got to change with the audience. Right. So I mean, you got to give them what they want. So
exactly.